So here's a treat for you, another time when I've missed sunset. So we're gonna have another nighttime planting. It's another relatively simple, straightforward one. I was prepared. Yeah, we're gonna get this done, and you're gonna get to enjoy the lovely sounds of the nighttime chorus of crickets and one young eagle owl somewhere in the background making its displeasure known. So should we get on with it? So this is actually, I said a simple planting, but I kind of misspoke, because this is going in where an Opuntia, one that I only have the one of, has been failing to thrive. I put a cutting in here 6 years ago now, and in that time it had one leaf fall off, and that leaf grew a new leaf, so that is actually now in a pot, where it is doing much more than this one. So that Opuntia is being moved to a more exposed location, because I think the thing is, I usually expect things to like slightly less exposed, but I think this is probably a fairly high altitude Opuntia, where even our relatively high altitude sunlight in the tropics is probably fine for it, and so me being cautious and putting it in light shade was not necessary. That said, this area needs a little bit more light shade than it gets, because I've got a couple of young citrus and a whole bunch of small succulents which are a little bit more tender than I'd like, and tend to need a little bit more water than I'd like, and so I thought I'd put something that does give a little bit of a light shade. So I'm putting a Moringa in, so it shouldn't darken anything too much. And with that I'm putting an Aloe, a small Aloe, which I thought was an Aloe Cameroni when I first took the cutting, but its growth form has remained quite different despite being in the same conditions as Aloe Cameroni, so I'm reasonably sure that it's actually something different, so probably one of the other East African fence aloes. You also can't disturb this much soil without inviting things in, so in order to preempt their RSVPs, I have decided to put in some more of the Kalanchoe Fetchinkoi, which is one of the Madagascar ones, which should nicely offset the colour of the sort of light green Plectanthrus neochilus, I think it's the lobster flower Plectanthrus, which is already quite prominent in this area. So yeah, so that is it for tonight. Once again, nighttime, one thumb up, because I am holding the torch with the other one. Tune in tomorrow, and I think tomorrow I will try and revisit everything we've planted so far, so see if I actually get around to that in daylight.